2 years ago, I won this primary with 73% of the vote. I could easily have done the same again. The path was clear. But it would have required that I go along with President Trump's lie about the 2020 election. It would have required that I enable his ongoing efforts to unravel our democratic system and attack the foundations of our republic. That was a path I could not and would not take. No House seat, no office in this land is more important than the principles that we are all sworn to protect. And I well understood the potential political consequences of abiding by my duty.
Yeah, Liz Cheney lost in a landslide last night in her primary re-election campaign out in Wyoming. That was expected. That's why she probably had that speech written a week ago. But as everyone's pointing out, it's probably because of her participation in the January 6th committee. In fact, it 100% is. Donald Trump has been railing on her and Adam Kinzinger, who he can't come after the same way because he said, I'm not even gonna run again. That's usually the way it goes. Either you lose or you don't run again in order to actually have a stance that agrees with what the American people agree with. So anyway, here's some of those results. As we point out, it was a bit of a blowout. Harriet Hageman beat her last night, 66.3% of the vote versus Liz's 28.9, a blowout. But in this speech that everyone has been talking about, her very defiant speech, there was a bit of a comparison that she made. And we're gonna see why she made this particular comparison in a second, but this is maybe a little unsurprising. Let's watch.
The great and original champion of our party, Abraham Lincoln, was defeated in elections for the Senate and the House before he won the most important election of all. Lincoln ultimately prevailed, he saved our union, and he defined our obligation as Americans for all of history. Speaking at Gettysburg of the great task remaining before us, Lincoln said that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. As we meet here tonight, that remains our greatest and most important task.
I am Abraham Lincoln, Liz Cheney says. Maybe she's saying all that because people are now pumping her up, being like, listen, we spoke yesterday about how she probably doesn't have much of a party left to run with. So now she has to make sure that, I guess the next step, if you're gonna stay in politics, is a presidential run. Yes, this comes from MSNBC to CNN. They're all talking about it in a certain way. Here's actually this Today Show pointed out this one particular possibility. Let's watch this.
Well, I know you didn't say yes or no, and that's fine if you're thinking about it, but are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about running for president?
That's a decision that I'm going to make in the coming months, Savannah. I'm not going to make any announcements here this morning, but it is something that I'm thinking about, and I'll make a decision in the coming months.
It's the question she keeps getting asked, and actually she did leave that window open multiple times. She talked to Casey Hunt again a week or two ago, said same thing. It was very playful, a conversation about how she just might run for president. Still though, will it be all based in Democrats and independents? Because look, there's a couple tweets and fun that her former party, or at least her current party that she's having a bit of separation with, was having so far. Donald Trump Jr. tweeted this out. Of course, she's gonna be working at McDonald's next, and his dad is gonna be getting his order. We need the Big Mac in there. Fun times for Trump Jr. Also, Representative Anthony Sabatini, he put this out. 18 months ago, Matt Gaetz flew to Wyoming and gave his best speech. Did it have more than 5 words? Calling for the removal of swamp creature from hell. Jesus. Liz Cheney as GOP conference chair. At the time, a few elected Republicans had the courage to speak up. The MAGA movement should thank Matt when she loses tonight. The courage to speak up in the MAGA movement when Donald Trump is the one that's railing on her? Is that courage, or is that just going along with what the top guy is saying? Finally, of course, that top guy went to his Truth Social, and this is what he wants as a result of this. This is the least surprising thing you'll ever see. I assume that with a very big Liz Cheney loss, far bigger than had ever been anticipated, the January 6th committee of political hacks and thugs will quickly begin the beautiful process of disillusion, yeah. This is a referendum on the never-ending witch hunt. The people have spoken. The people of Wyoming in a primary for Republicans have spoken. So therefore, the entire January 6th commission should dissolve, and they shouldn't go to approving all of your participation, let's put it that way, in that fateful day. So I've asked everyone this because I'm very curious. I did this on the main show. I did it the other day here. Liz Cheney 2024, is she gonna win?
like, the idea that you can't even win your primary in Wyoming, but you're gonna run nationwide for president in either party is just ridiculous. I get it. There's a lot of energy for these never Trump type, repentant, fake martyr Republicans who, had the moral courage to be like, I don't want to go along with an obvious lie in public. I get it, but it's ridiculous. There's clearly no energy for her in the Republican Party. Like, nobody cares about these sort of establishment rhino type Republicans. All they care about are Trump type people. So I don't know where her constituency is. Nobody wants this type of politics. She's done. She's good. She's rich as hell.
But what's next though, right? She's gonna do something. She's gonna try. Honestly,
I'm sure she could get a job at Halliburton. She really.
I mean, look, Today's Show, MSNBC, CNN. You can see the lean that's happening. It's trying to go for those maybe establishment Democrats who sometimes can't find the difference between an establishment Republican and an establishment Democrat, and also maybe independents that they think are thinking somewhere in the middle, and they want to reward her for her courage, standing up for the party.
She could get a job at MSNBC. They love these type of people, right? Like the Frums, the Charlie Sykes types. Like, they love these sort of banished Republicans because these are the sensible Republicans that we've been telling you about all along. It's crap. It's nonsense.
Michael Steele? Michael Steele's a good
pure
man.
Delusion.